Number one, the secret weapon. Listen carefully. The world doesn't reward the hardest worker, it rewards the sharpest mind. You're told to hustle, grind, stay humble, and hope things work out. That's the script for the average man, the disposable man. You're not here to be average. A wise trader doesn't fight the market with emotion. He reads it, exploits it, and survives it. Your real secret weapon is not your capital, not your contacts, not your product. It's your understanding of human nature. Machiavelli wasn't writing bedtime stories. He was mapping power, pressure, and the weak points in people. Dark psychology isn't about becoming a cartoon villain. It's about seeing what others can't admit about themselves. Fear, greed, ego, insecurity, and making sure those forces never control you. You are not here to be a victim of your own impulses or other people's games. You are here to become untouchable. That starts when you stop expecting the world to be fair. You don't whine about it, you accept it, you study it, you use it. Every deal, every negotiation, every conversation is a battlefield of hidden motives. Most men walk in unarmed. You will not. You will walk in with a calm face, a cold mind, and a quiet understanding. Everyone wants something, and most don't even know why. You'll see it in their eyes, their tone, their timing. You'll feel it like a shift in the air. And while they chase quick wins and emotional highs, you'll play a different game. The long, patient, ruthless game of the wise trader who knows. The market punishes the emotional, and life punishes the naive. Number two, reading the shadows in people. You want power in business? Learn to read people like price action. Emotions always leak. The confident voice that shakes at the wrong question. The friendly smile that tightens when money's mentioned. The partner who always says, "Trust me," but never shows you the numbers. Most men ignore these signals. You won't. Dark psychology is not about making people suffer. It's about understanding the machinery under their mask. Every person is a mix of fears and desires. Fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of looking weak, desire for status, comfort, validation, control. Machiavelli knew this. Give a man what he craves and he'll call you loyal, even if you're just as strategic. Take away what he fears losing and you'll see his real character. So you observe. You don't overshare. You don't rush to impress. You let them talk. You let them reveal themselves. You notice who interrupts, who lies casually, who blames everyone else, who avoids responsibility. Those are red flags. Weak structure, no spine. You keep them at arm's length. At the same time, you notice who stays calm under pressure, who admits mistakes without flinching, who respects time and boundaries. Those are rare, valuable, maybe allies. You don't need to psychoanalyze every breath. You just need to stop sleepwalking through interactions. When you train your eye, every room becomes data. Every meeting becomes insight. Others walk away with small talk. You walk away with a map of their weaknesses, triggers, and patterns. And remember this, the first person you must read accurately is yourself. If you don't know your own ego, your own greed, your own need to feel important, you will be the easiest one to manipulate. You cannot trade the market if you are blind to your own biases. You cannot trade with people if you are blind to your own mind. Number three, mastering your emotions like a cold general. You cannot be Machiavellian with a trembling soul. Power requires control, and control starts inside you. The market will scare you. People will test you. Deals will fall through, numbers will drop, and panic will invite itself into your chest. This is where most men fold. They overreact, lash out, and burn bridges they still need. A wise trader does the opposite. When chaos hits, you slow down. You breathe. You collect data, not drama. Stoicism isn't about pretending you don't feel. It's about refusing to be owned by what you feel. You can be angry and still speak calmly. You can be afraid and still move forward. You can be disappointed and still make the right decision. That's masculine stoicism, not numbness, but discipline. Picture yourself as the general of a small army. Your capital, your energy, your time, that's your army. Would a real general throw his soldiers at every hill just because he's frustrated? No. He chooses battles coldly. You must do the same. When someone disrespects you, you don't explode. You take note, you adjust their access. When a deal smells wrong, you don't chase the hope. You listen to the signal. Your rule is simple. Never decide at emotional peak. Not at peak anger, peak excitement, or peak fear. You wait. You let the wave pass. Then you decide with a clear head. That alone will separate you from most men. They are slaves to mood. You will be guided by logic, strategy, and long-term positioning. Remember, the man who controls himself cannot be controlled by others. The man who can walk away calmly holds more power than the man who begs desperately to stay. Number 4, silence information and the art of the mask. In a noisy world, silence is a weapon. Weak men reveal themselves by talking too much, explaining too much, justifying too much. You won't. Machiavelli taught that a ruler must know how to wear masks, appear kind, appear open, appear simple, all while thinking many moves ahead. You do not owe the world your full blueprint. In business, information is currency. Every detail you give away carelessly is a discount on your own power. So you train yourself to listen more than you speak, ask precise questions, then let the silence do the work. Most people can't handle silence. They rush to fill it with admissions, excuses, and secrets. You use that, not to destroy them, but to understand where they truly stand. At the same time, you craft your own mask. Not a fake life, but a curated version. Calm, competent, disciplined. You don't show desperation. You don't show chaos. You don't show your deepest fears to strangers or business partners. Your inner life belongs to you. What they see is the frontline soldier, composed, prepared, professional. Your mask buys you time. It gives you leverage. People project their fantasies onto calm faces. They assume you know more than you say, that you have options, that you're not easily pushed. Good. Let them. That perception protects you. Remember this rule. Always know more than you say and always say less than you think. Not because you are scared, but because you're strategic. A wise trader doesn't tell the market his next move. He simply acts and lets the results speak. Number 5, neediness is death, leverage is life. In any negotiation, deal, partnership, or sale, the most desperate party loses. Period. Neediness is a scent, and everyone can smell it. It's in your tone when you say, "Please, just this once." It's in your eyes when you're terrified they'll walk away. That is when your power evaporates. A Machiavellian businessman never places himself in a position where his entire life depends on one client, one supplier, one boss, one platform. You diversify not just income, but leverage. You build multiple options, even if small, so you're never fully cornered. Dark psychology tells you something uncomfortable. People respect what they can't fully control. When they feel you can walk away, their behavior changes. They choose their words more carefully. They offer better terms. They think twice before disrespecting you. That doesn't come from acting arrogant. It comes from structuring your reality so that no single person holds your throat. Practically, this means you live below your means to keep your freedom. You build skills that are transferable. You keep relationships in multiple circles. You create buffers, financial, emotional, logistical. Your mantra becomes, "I prefer this deal, but I don't need it." And you mean it. That's leverage, and leverage is power. You will lose some opportunities by standing firm. Good. Those were never solid. The ones that survive your standards are the ones worth keeping. You are not a beggar at the table. You are a trader. You offer value. You demand respect. You understand that walking away is sometimes the most profitable move you can make. Number 6, reputation, your armor, and your sword. Machiavelli knew that appearances move people more than truth. In business, your reputation is both armor and sword. It protects you before you enter the room, and it cuts down resistance when you speak. But here's the twist. Your reputation must be crafted, not assumed. You decide what you want to be known for. Precision, reliability, cold honesty, brutal efficiency, and then you live it so consistently that even your enemies admit it. Dark psychology reminds you that people gossip, exaggerate, and distort. You can't control every rumor, but you can make sure the dominant narrative about you is strong. He delivers. He doesn't play games. Don't waste his time. That kind of reputation scares off time wasters and attracts serious players. You don't get that image by being nice to everyone. You get it by being fair, clear, and consistent. You honor your word when you give it. You don't overpromise. You don't disappear when things get tough, but you also don't tolerate disrespect, delays, or lies. When someone crosses a line, you respond once, decisively. No drama, just consequences. Over time, this builds a myth around you, the quiet awareness that you are not to be taken lightly. That myth is valuable. It opens doors, makes negotiations smoother, and gives you an invisible edge. But never fall in love with your own image. Reputation is a tool, not your identity. You remain separate from it, calm, analytical, watching how people react to the idea of you and adjusting the story when needed. A wise trader doesn't just manage assets, he manages the narrative around his name. Number 7, allies, pawns, and the power map. Not everyone in your world is an enemy, and not everyone is a friend. Most are positions on a board. This is not cruelty, it's clarity. Machiavellian thinking tells you to map people by their usefulness, loyalty, and risk. Dark psychology tells you to expect self-interest, not loyalty, as the default. Combine the two, and you stop taking betrayal personally. You see human nature, not good or bad. Some people are allies, strong, reliable, low drama. You invest in them. You support them when it matters. You build mutual leverage. Others are temporary partners, useful now, but not built for long term. You keep them close, but not inside your inner walls. Then there are liabilities, jealous, chaotic, disloyal to everyone. You keep them on the outside with minimal access, no matter how charming they appear. Your job is not to hate anyone. Your job is to place them correctly on your map. Masculine stoicism means you don't cry over who likes you. You focus on who respects your boundaries and aligns with your direction. You learn to say no without apology. You learn to cut ties quietly. You learn that some bridges are meant to burn, so you stop walking back into the same fire. Power psychology means you choose your circle consciously. A strong circle amplifies your force, a weak one drains it. So you surround yourself with people who move, build, and think, people with backbone, and you make peace with walking alone when needed. A man who is terrified of being alone will always be controlled by the group. You will not be that man. Number 8, handling betrayal, loss, and necessary cruelty. If you play the game long enough, you will be betrayed. Money will be stolen. Trust will be broken. Ideas will be copied. Weak men collapse here. They drown in self-pity and swear never to trust again. But you are not weak. Machiavelli would tell you, this is the tax of power. Dark psychology adds, people under pressure reveal their true wiring. When betrayal happens, you do 3 things. First, you control your reaction. No public meltdown, no emotional voice notes, no endless arguments. You absorb the hit silently. Second, you study the failure. How did this person get close enough to damage you? Where did your screening fail? What did you ignore because it was convenient to believe the best? That's your lesson, bought in blood and time. Third, you carry out necessary cruelty, not sadism, but consequence. You cut them off, you tighten your systems, you warn only those who truly need warning, and then you move on. You don't chase revenge, you chase improvement. The real revenge is building a fortress so strong that the same trick never works twice. Loss is inevitable in trading and in life. Deals fall apart, markets shift, plans fail. The average man clings to the corpse of a dead idea. You don't. You cut losses fast. You detach from sunk cost. You remind yourself that your identity is not tied to any single win or loss. You are the player, not the play. Sometimes the coldest act of power is the one that feels harsh in the moment, firing the wrong person, ending a partnership, exiting a failing venture, but saves you years of slow decay. Necessary cruelty in the short term, mercy to your future self. Number 9, long-term strategy and the untouchable mindset. Short-term thinkers sell their future for a small hit of comfort. You won't. A wise trader knows the real game is not today, this week, or this month. It's the trajectory of years. Machiavellian strategy is about positioning, where you want to stand when others start collapsing. So you move with patience. You build skills relentlessly, even when nobody is watching. You reinvest profits into things that grow your independence. Better tools, higher knowledge, scalable systems. While others flex early wins, you stay quiet and stack. Dark psychology tells you how easily people are distracted. Clicks, trends, quick money schemes. You study that, not to join them, but to avoid their fate. You resist the pull of constant novelty. You refine what works, cut what doesn't, and let time compound your discipline. The untouchable mindset is not that nothing can hurt you. That's fantasy. It's that nothing can break you permanently. You become the man who adapts faster than he complains, who thinks deeper than he reacts, who moves smarter than he speaks. So when markets crash, you're wounded but not dead. When a door closes, you already know 3 others to knock on. When people doubt you, you're too focused on execution to explain yourself. Your internal dialogue shifts from, "Why is this happening to me?" to, "How do I turn this into leverage?" That's the difference. The world remains chaotic, unfair, and ruthless, but you are no longer a leaf in its storm. You are the one steering the ship, eyes forward, jaw set, unshaken. Number 10, the call to power. Now listen closely, because this is where most will drop off, and you won't. Power isn't built in a single video, a single book, or a single deal. It's built in the boring, repeated choices no one sees. It's built when you choose to observe instead of overshare. When you choose to walk away instead of beg. When you choose discipline over impulse, reality over fantasy, strategy over emotion. You are crafting something dangerous in the best way. A man who understands human nature but isn't enslaved by it. Who can read manipulation but doesn't need to rely on it. Who can navigate darkness without becoming darkness. That's what a wise trader's secret weapon really is. A mind that cannot be easily fooled, shaken, or owned. From here on, every meeting is a classroom. Every loss is a lesson. Every interaction is data. You don't rush to prove yourself. You don't compete in petty arenas. You quietly build leverage, layer by layer, until one day people look at you and say, "He always lands on his feet. Nothing breaks him. Nothing surprises him." That's not luck, that's design. And if you want to keep designing this version of yourself, sharp, strategic, untouchable, then don't let this be the last time we talk. Hit like so this message spreads. Subscribe so you stay inside the circle. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next move in this game of power and business. You've heard the words, now it's on you to live them.